Have you ever witnessed a player plummet from the pinnacle of his career, only to face a life-altering cancer diagnosis, then a momentum-killing leg injury, all while grappling with the immense pressure of a trade that reshapes everything? That, my friends, is the unbelievable saga of Dakota Joshua. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how this roller coaster journey could fundamentally shake up the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs, a franchise with absolutely zero margin for error. Let's dive in. Picture this. You're at your absolute peak, coming off the best season of your life. Everyone around you is buzzing, whispering that you could finally be that crucial piece, solidify an important role in a high-stakes lineup. Your confidence is soaring, the team believes in you, and the fans are chanting your name. Then, out of nowhere, life delivers a brutal, gut-wrenching punch. A testicular cancer diagnosis. Yes, you heard that correctly. Something completely unrelated to ice skates or strategic plays. A deeply personal blow, the kind that flips your entire world upside down in a single, terrifying second. That was Dakota Joshua's reality last summer. He was primed for training camp, ready to build on an incredible season with the Vancouver Canucks. Let's look at the numbers because they paint a vivid picture. 18 goals, 14 assists, 32 points, plus an additional 8 points in 13 intense playoff games. Folks, that's no small feat for a player who wasn't on anyone's radar as a potential star. Yet he consistently brought physicality, relentless intensity, and still managed to put up solid offensive numbers. He had just penned the most triumphant chapter of his career. But the very next chapter? A stark, brutal contrast. Out of the blue, Joshua discovered he had confront cancer, and it changed everything. He later confessed, "I was ready for training camp, coming off a great year. And for it to happen at that time, my world changed overnight." And it truly did. Suddenly, there was no more preparation, no more grueling training, no more laser focus on hockey. The man was consumed by thoughts of his health, his very life. Anyone who has navigated a similar ordeal understands the crushing weight of it. It's not just physical. The mental toll is immense. Waking up each day, uncertain of what the future holds. Joshua missed the entire training camp. And in the unforgiving world of the NHL, that absence carries significant consequences. While you're out, the team progresses, the season kicks off, and by the time you return, other players have already cemented their spots. Despite your high-level talent, you're left scrambling to catch up. He didn't return until mid-November, and the truth is, nobody comes back the same after such a devastating hit. Your mindset is altered, your body is slow to respond, and that one soaring confidence is shattered. He admitted it himself later. The mental toll of being in and out took its toll last year. I want to put that behind me and really focus on having a great year. But life wasn't finished with him. Just as he seemed to be finding his rhythm, another bomb dropped. A leg injury in January, sidelining him for 11 games. 11. Man, there's simply no way to sugarcoat that. It's that crushing feeling of just when things start to improve, another punch lands. And once again, he was forced to start from square one, painstakingly working his way back to where he desperately wanted to be. But by then, it was too late. He ended up playing just 57 games, tallying a mere 7 goals and 7 assists. A far cry from the player who looked poised for a breakout just a year prior. And you know what's truly remarkable? He didn't fold. In the end, even after the second injury, he still unearthed the strength to finish the season with measured dignity, starting to show glimmers of progress, making it clear he still had gas in the tank. He even stated, "I felt like I was starting to show an upward trajectory." And that's monumental. Because when a player endures all that and still battles his way back onto the ice, it speaks volumes about his unwavering character. But then comes Chapter 3 of this gripping saga, the trade. The Canucks, assessing the situation, their roster, and the ever-present salary cap, made the difficult decision to move him. Joshua is traded, and not just anywhere. He's heading back to the very team that drafted him way back in 2014, the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's like one of those classic reunion stories, isn't it? The relationship that didn't quite work out the first time, but years later gets another shot. Except, hold on a second, this isn't some sappy rom-com. This is Toronto. And in Toronto, my friend, the pressure is absolutely immense. The city lives and breathes hockey. Every single move, every single player becomes headline news. If you think playing in Vancouver carries pressure, just wait until you feel the scorching spotlight of Toronto. Joshua knows it. He remarked on the J.D. Bunky's podcast, discussing the media scrutiny in Vancouver. There was something new every week, which didn't make things easier for anyone. In Toronto, I imagine it's pretty similar. He's not wrong. In Toronto, it's even more intense. Everything is amplified. Everything is drama. So, even if he's arriving as a fourth-line player with a defined physical role, he's going to be scrutinized every single day. And let's talk about that role. He's not coming in to be a star scorer or a highlight reel machine. He's here to inject physicality, to hit, to annoy opponents, to draw penalties, to kill plays. He described himself as a north-south player. And that, precisely, is what Craig Berube wants. The new coach is building a team forged for the playoffs, the kind of team nobody wants to face. And this is where it all starts to click into place, because Toronto has a crystal clear mission: fundamentally change their identity. No more being the flashy, finesse team that consistently crumbles in April. Now, they crave grit, relentless intensity, and raw sweat. They want to become a relentless machine that physically punishes you on the ice. And Joshua isn't an isolated case. Look at what transpired with Jake McCabe. When the Leafs acquired him in a trade with Chicago in 2023, a lot of people scoffed, dismissing him as just another average defenseman. My friend McCabe quietly transformed into one of the pillars of this team. Unassuming, yet absolutely essential. He brought a much-needed dose of toughness, unwavering reliability, and became a critical piece on the penalty kill. To this very day, he remains one of the most indispensable players on the blue line. And the best part? He cost very little. That was undeniably one of the savviest trades in the league's recent history. Unlike the Mason Marchment for Dennis Malgin deal, which was an unmitigated train wreck. My God, what an absolute disaster. Dubas must still wake up in a cold sweat thinking about that one. Marchment blossomed into a top six forward in Dallas, one of the most consistently solid players in the league. Meanwhile, Malgin put up a meager 4 points and promptly bolted to Switzerland. Good for him, but for Toronto, that was a total catastrophe. And why am I bringing this up? Because the Leafs simply cannot afford any more mistakes. There is no room. The Matthews-Marner window won't remain open indefinitely. Every single piece needs to fit perfectly. And if Joshua fails to deliver what they expect, he'll just be another name on the ever-growing list of failed gambles. But if he brings that promised intensity, energy, and grit, and chips in a few timely goals along the way, man, he could easily become one of those fan favorites. The kind of player who doesn't make highlight reels every night, but profoundly impacts playoff series. And don't even try to give me that fourth lines don't matter nonsense. They absolutely do. Look at Tampa Bay when they hoisted the cup. Look at Vegas. There's always that unsung line that shifts the momentum of games. The Leafs understand this, and that's precisely why they place their bet on him. But the monumental question remains: can his body withstand the rigors? Can his mind truly handle the suffocating pressure? Because, man, this story already has far too much drama to simply conclude with just another disappointing year. Now, let's flip the script. The Leafs crave grit, yes, but they also demand unwavering consistency. Craig Berube is not the type of coach who possesses patience for players who don't bring it every single night. If Joshua isn't prepared to go full throttle in every game, he's getting benched. Simple as that. And he knows it. He stated, "You got to be dialed in night after night. I know who I am and what I can be." The real challenge lies in getting back to that elite level and starting strong. Those are nice words, but the ice doesn't care and it exacts a high price. Toronto is arguably the most pressure-packed team in the entire league. Any slight misstep instantly escalates into a national drama. Just ask Mitch Marner after the last playoffs. Ask John Tavares. So, imagine the weight on Joshua, coming off two starkly different seasons. One a breakout, the other a disaster riddled with setbacks. He needs to start hot. He needs to make an immediate, undeniable impact, because patience is a foreign concept in Toronto. There's no time to settle in. Either you deliver or you become a footnote. And here's what's truly fascinating. This trade is deeply symbolic. It unequivocally signals what Toronto aspires to be. They're done chasing flashy names and big-ticket stars. They want soldiers. Guys who will go out there and fight for every single inch. And honestly, that's precisely what they need because they possess an abundance of raw talent. What they've consistently lacked is a defined identity. And Dakota Joshua can be instrumental in forging that. But to achieve it, he's got to completely erase everything that transpired last year and approach this like an entirely new life. Because that's precisely what this is. After everything he's endured, this is a profound restart. And not just any restart. It's in Toronto. It's right in the eye of the storm. And I'll leave you with this burning question. Will Dakota Joshua emerge as that unexpected hero, the guy nobody saw coming, who becomes absolutely essential in transforming the Leafs' identity? Or will he simply be another name lost on the depth chart, remembered only as the one who almost made it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is going to be good. And trust me, this saga is just getting started.